Hello, everybody. Welcome to Wish We Were Then. This is the show that's been doomed to repeat history so that you can learn from it. That's right. We're the show that goes back in time every single week and tells you about the stuff that was happening in the news and on the radio, movie theaters, all over the place. Me and my co-host, Mark, will go through all of it. How are you today, Mark?
Good, man. I think this is one of the first years to make me feel old.
Yeah,
because
I can feel that.
I was like, man, I feel like this came out yesterday. Like there was
Yeah.
the Avid Brothers album. I was like, there's no way this album's 13 years old.
I know. And this was like when this album came out, it was like the new one to me. Like, oh, that's their new stuff, you know? And
yeah, that's not the old Avid Brothers anymore. That's the new ones.
Yeah, oh, they've changed. Yeah, it's like, damn, that was over a decade ago. There's a lot of that stuff, a whole lot of them. A couple things we'll talk about: video games, TV shows. There's one in particular that when I saw that had come out, I was like, really? It's been on the air that long? Which actually, brings me to our. Let's go ahead and introduce the year a little bit. And to do so, I have some help. I got this clip of some other time travelers that had a similar situation happen to them this last week. So I'll go ahead and press play on that. All right, Morty. Listen up. We're gonna go back in time, Morty. It's gonna be really exciting.
I don't know about this, Rick.
Listen, I don't want any of your I don't know about this, Ricks. Okay, all right, Morty. You're gonna have to totally be on board with this one. Okay.
All right, Rick. Whatever you say, it's fine.
We're going back in time 130 years, Morty. It's gonna be 130 years of Rick and Morty times. That's what we're gonna go back, and then we're gonna just live it all through to today. That's the plan. And you're my special little guy, Morty. So you're gonna be in charge of the time machine gun.
Geez, Rick. It seems like a lot of responsibility.
It is a lot of responsibility, Morty. And you better not mess this up, all right? Because I don't have time. I have to spend. I have time, but basically, I don't have the patience, Morty. That's what it is. I don't have the patience to deal with you and your mess ups.
You always say this when you're drunk, Rick. Every time you get drunk, you're just like,
all right,
mean and stuff.
I've had enough of your back talk. You've lost time travel gun privilege. Give that over here. Give me that, Morty.
I have it. No, it's mine. No, it's mine.
Oh God, Morty, look at that. Now let's take a look around, Morty. We're clearly back in time, but I don't know if this is 130 years. Is that Maroon 5? We didn't go back far enough, Morty. What the fuck? We went back 13 years, not 130. Oh no, Morty, and my gun's out of charge, so we're just gonna have to live this next 13 years. But for now, we're stuck in the year 2013. Well, that's a little clip from one of the shows of this year that would go on to be very popular. Can you believe it? That show is 13 years old, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah, I know. That really is crazy to me. So much of this stuff is so weird because of the fact that it's like I have very vivid memories of like us going, Rick and Morty is a good show. Let's watch this. You know what I mean? Hanging out watching Rick and Morty as it was new.
And then it was weird to think that this is the halfway point from 2000
to now. Yes.
To now. That made me feel old too. I was like, I don't like that. A lot of stuff happened in those 13 years that, just felt like a lot compared to what was happening now.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just the passage of time, huh? That's That's why we do this show.
Here for.
Yeah, exactly. Just so you can listen to this episode and go, oh my God. Everything we're going to mention, keep that in mind. Over a decade old, a decade and a third old, most of this stuff. So let's jump into some of the news stories from the year.
February 28th, Pope Benedict XVI resigned. He was the first pope to resign since 1415.
That's fucking crazy. That's
Pope George VII. Benedict cited his advancing age and declining strength. Then he's getting old. It's like, I don't want to do this anymore. But usually they just kind of like till you die kind of thing,
Yeah, that's
I don't want to do this pope thing for the end of my years.
Yeah, my poping days are behind me.
Yeah.
My best poping years are
no more.
I'm not pope material anymore. Well, I mean that's commendable to just, decide that you don't have that poping gene in you anymore.
Yeah. It's a lot of work. It would be like being the president until you die. Like, I'm sure it's a lot of things you got to oversee, and I don't know what they do really, to be honest.
Yeah.
But I'm sure it's a lot of work.
I'm sure. And I was just thinking, I wonder how they don't hire young popes. You know, it's like they're already kind of advanced
No,
age.
you have to be like a seasoned vet. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. We just gotta get like a JFK pope in there that'll last for like 60 years.
I feel like the one that they just, I think he's like one of the youngest who they just elected.
There've been a couple like pope-based movies. It's one of those things, like a Queen of England or something, like those types of offices that are held for basically until your death. You know, we have a couple here in the U.S., but it's pretty rare. It's weird. You know, it's weird that we have like the Supreme Court.
It's only the judges, right?
Yeah. Yeah, maybe there's other stuff, but yeah, it's the one that comes to mind right away is the Supreme Court.
Yeah,
I mean, like the mayor's aide in any city, just like stays on till death.
Oh man, it's like it's a horror movie or a movie plot written all over it.
Well, speaking of horror movie plots, actually, let me jump into one of my news stories here. On February 11th, this is pretty cool. The emergency alert systems of 5 different TV stations in Montana, Michigan, Wisconsin, and New Mexico. So pretty spread out, these places. They were hijacked. The TV stations, their broadcasts were hijacked with a message that warned that the bodies of the dead were rising from their graves and attacking the living.
No way.
It came on with like the full like emergency broadcast thing, and then it's like... you know what? I forgot. I wanted to show you because I actually found it on YouTube.
Oh, yes.
Civil authorities in your area have reported that the bodies of the dead are rising from their graves and attacking the living. Follow the messages on screen that will be updated as information becomes available. Do not attempt to approach or apprehend these bodies as they are considered extremely dangerous. I repeat, civil authorities in your area have reported that the bodies of the dead are rising from their graves and attacking the living.
That was played on TV stations across the country. And, you know, right after the thing ended, they came on and said that this was a hoax. Like all of the TV stations were like, this isn't real. This is not coming from the real authorities. This is some pranksters or something like that. But they've never found anybody. There's never been any sort of, what do you call it? Suspects. There's no suspects, nothing like that. They just basically got hijacked. They know how it happened. Investigators said that the most likely way they got in is by using passwords that were readily available online in the user manuals, the ones that they had come with, and the stations never changed. It's like the default passwords that came on the emergency alert system. They never changed them.
What? That's crazy.
We've seen a couple times where that's been the case, like museum robberies and stuff. Where like, you have to change the password from the one that's like listed on our website, right? And they're like, oh, is that how they got in?
It's like security.com.
Yeah, exactly. That the actual audio that they played was from a 2008 YouTube video that was called "Zombie Emergency Alert System Warning." That was the one we were just watching.
Man, I think that the zombie apocalypse is only one mad scientist away from actually being a thing.
Yeah, we're definitely we're right now we're like speed running to just see which is it going to be. Is it going to be Skynet? Is it going to be a zombie apocalypse? Like we're trying everything.
I would rather take a zombie apocalypse. Skynet just seems way less manageable.
Yeah, it doesn't seem survivable. It seems like zombie apocalypse. You kind of fantasize. Would I be able to make it? If it's Terminator, you're not like, oh, I could live under the ground and eat rats. You're like, oh, fuck that shit. Let them roll over me in their giant tanks. 2 days after it happened, that all of these, they all happened on the same day. All these stations were hijacked. 2 days later, in La Crosse, which was one of the cities that was affected, morning DJs played the audio back and were like laughing about it, but they didn't edit out the little like beginning. Those digital sounds at the beginning, they are, what is it called? Specific area message encoding, or SAME, which basically those tones and stuff will trigger that alert system in a specific area. So them playing it on the radio triggered the TV station's emergency alert system to pick it up and start playing it again. And so it replayed the zombie message 2 days later because they played an unedited version of the same message.
Wow.
So yeah, now it's like the FCC is pretty like.
So can you just do that? You could just blast that on like a radio system, and that would trigger all.
Yeah, I looked into it
TVs.
because I was like, what exactly happened here? I don't understand how this triggered it. So yeah, I looked into I did some research on the same signals and stuff like that and how they work. And essentially, it's just this unifying way to make sure this is big enough that it automatically gets distributed to all the stations. It's weirdly just an audio thing that like triggers the existing systems to pick it up.
So that means everything has to be like listening all the time for this system.
Yeah, but I think that the emergency alert system is just like listening to broadcasts and picking it up so that when they played that broadcast on the radio station, the emergency alert system heard it and then they just started playing what they were playing.
Interesting.
There's something where the FCC has to be like, you cannot play those tones unless it's really an emergency. So like you can get fined and stuff now if you play that. Because this all kind of was actually a new system too, because the emergency alert system was the replacement for the emergency broadcast system, which
I guess I just know it as a broadcast system.
Yeah, see, that's how it was. It wasn't until like the mid 2000s or a little later that it became this. Like I think it was like 2009. Again, did a ton of research and was like, this is way too much information. I just was happy about the zombie thing, but yeah, but it did make me go, oh yeah, that's what it used to be called when we were kids. This is not a test of the emergency broadcast system.
Yep.
But they do those tests every week, and you don't see them anymore because you don't watch regular TV. But you remember on regular cable, they used to, if you'd be watching, it all of a sudden be like, at like midnight, and you're like, oh great, thank you. I was watching Rugrats.
Yep, this is a test. All right. On September 2nd, Diana Naid completed an open ocean swim from Cuba to Florida at the age of 64 years old.
Damn, Cuba to Florida.
She attempted it 4 times prior to this. Once in 78, 2 times in 2011, 2012, and then did it again, completed it in 2013.
Wow.
It's a 110-mile long swim, and it took 53 hours to finish.
Whoa, geez. I couldn't even swim for 50 hours, let alone 53. That's fucking crazy, though.
Well, that's what I was thinking. Like, how long could I realistically like tread water?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, a couple hours. I don't know how long I could.
A day,
definitely
tops.
Not 53.
Yeah, 24 hours tops. That's my limit. No, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, that would be. I haven't like just straight up swam like that in a while. I'm kind of out of shape, really. I'm not like fat, but I'm not strong anymore. I don't know if I'd be able to fucking swim for more than maybe an hour. I'm dead. I'm done. Damn.
Yeah, I don't know.
60 something?
64.
Damn.
That's
crazy.
When I was reading all these articles, it was always like she did it without a shark cage, without any like protection, and it's like, how are you going to swim 110 miles with a cage on?
Yeah. So that I didn't even think about the fact that she was like dodging sharks while she was out there. That's fucking crazy. The first one being in the 70s, you're like, oh, that makes sense. Like she was a young woman at that point.
Yeah, and then she tried again when she was like 61, 62, and 63, or basically. But the other times that she had stopped was either jellyfish, like a swarm of them, or her own fatigue, or storms that were too rough for her.
Okay. Damn, the jellyfish one's crazy.
Yeah, that is crazy. I mean, because they swim with like boats next to them and stuff for like, sometimes like could have died, drown in the middle of the water. But
that's really impressive. I mean, doing it once when you're young and then going like, I'm going to try it again when you're in your 60s. And you're like, actually, if it wasn't for those jellyfish, I would have made it. Like, I'm better than I was when I was in my 20s. That's really impressive, though. Good job, Diana. Speaking of feats of the elderly, not that 63 is that old, Mom. Spry as hell. Don't worry about it. We're talking real old. That's actually kid stuff compared to what I'm about to mention. On June 12th, Jiroman Kaimura, might be how you say that, might not be, was the oldest verified living man to have ever lived. Verified. So, sorry, Methuselah, we're not counting your records. Bible guys. Noah was 400. Yeah, well, we don't know that for sure. So, we're just going off the ones we can actually tell with science. They say that born April 19th of 1897.
Jeez.
Jiroman would live for 116 years and 54 days before passing away on June 12th of 2013. He There's actually, I found interesting was that there were, I mean, people, that women live longer statistically, but there have been a lot of women who've lived a lot longer than this guy has. So he's the oldest man who's ever lived. There have been 27 women who've lived longer than him. The longest ever was Jean Calmette, who was 122 years old, 164 days. That's the oldest verified person to have ever lived. And the oldest person that we know for sure their age that's alive today is a woman who's actually older than Jiromon was when he passed away. She is 116 years old, 295 days maybe now. My research is outdated now. But she's 293 days as of maybe a couple days ago. So she's about to be 117 years old. That's the oldest person currently alive.
That's crazy.
Eat your vegetables, kids.
Yeah.
And swim. Ask Diana. She's only half these people's age.
Yeah, that's weird to think too.
Yeah, she's a spring chicken. Yeah, it's like midlife crisis. That's what she's out there doing. That she's like, man, what am I doing with my life? What have I accomplished? On May 10th, the Cronut was introduced at Dominique Ansel Bakery in Soho, New York. And I just remember that being like a huge thing. Everyone was like crazy about the cronut. You got to get your hands on a cronut. You remember that?
I feel like I know the word, but I don't know what it is.
It's like a croissant and a donut mixed together, essentially. I don't know. It's
okay.
A cream-filled pastry breakfast thing. And on the 10th, it came out in this bakery. That day, a blogger from New York Magazine's food blog called Grub Street did a write-up. And then by the third day of them being out, 100 people were lined up outside of the bakery every day. Yeah, news and travel. One guy went the first day it was out, was like, these are great. And then everyone was like, what? We got to get there. And then just hundreds of people now.
These do look great.
And everyone started copying them, making them everywhere else. I've never had a cronut, though.
Neither have I. Maybe it's because we lived on the West Coast at the time. I don't know.
It was like when I read the word cronut, I went, oh, that happened this year? Like, that's how big it was that cronut stuck out in my mind.
Yeah, I definitely heard the word before. I got to try one of these things. I bet you there's places that make them still.
Yeah, somebody should. I mean, let's start making them ourselves. be our merchandise. Get your wish we were in cronut.
That's awesome.
I know you've always been a Tom Servo fan. I was more of a cronut. November 15th, Ring doorbells would come out. They first started as a company called Doorbot. They changed their name in fall of 2014 to Ring. Both of them pretty simple names. It kind of seemed like a lateral move. No, Doorbot's not a great name, but it sounds like he should be hanging out there with Crow and Tom Servo. They were bought for $1 billion by Amazon in 2018. They've come into not really even hot water because they keep doing it. People have like raised concerns about their use of like facial recognition technology, as well as they kind of made themselves into like a law enforcement thing, they're like
mechanism.
Yeah. The part of the license agreement says that they can use the stuff that you record on your doorbell, quote, for any purpose and in any media formats in any media channels without compensation to you. So just super broad language that basically is like, we're allowed to take that footage and give it to the cops or
do whatever you want with it. That's fucked up.
Yeah.
Like incriminate you, blackmail you. You said we could.
Yeah,
Fuck
and that's
you guys.
a lot of the critics, like
actually,
legal critics say they basically put together a private surveillance network via partnerships with local law enforcement agencies, which would encourage them to promote the products. So they would like enter into actual agreements with cops in cities and be like, yeah, tell all the fucking citizens there, oh, you should get a Ring doorbell. It'll keep yourself safe. And then they would trade that info with the cops.
Wow.
And yeah, I mean, they never really got in any trouble for any of this. It's just something that people go like, you shouldn't be doing this. And they go, oh yeah, no, we didn't. Oh, or they'd be like, that license agreement, that was written in that broad language for something we were going to do, but didn't end up doing. And a lot of like facial recognition stuff that they say, we don't use it, but they give you a thing to like track your pets and to know which pet is which. And they're like, you tell me, you could tell the difference between a dog's face and another dog's face, but you can't fucking tell the difference between humans' faces. But everybody has a Ring doorbell. I mean, they're super prevalent.
I don't have one.
I don't either.
Now I don't want one.
I know, they're a little freaky. And like, because there's a situation too, they have implemented in their things where it's like, oh, let's say you can, if you had one, you could set it up so it knew my face. So if I came over, it wouldn't be like stranger at your door. You know what I mean? It would be like, oh, it's just Trey. Don't worry about it. But like, then you're like giving the world my face now, you know? Like you entered me into the facial recognition database. But Ring is like, no, it's nothing like that. We're like, we already know you have law enforcement connections. So yeah, they're just building the secret, I don't know, Minority Report world that we're about to live in. That's the next, that's another option. We could be speedrunning towards Skynet, to Zombie Apocalypse, or to Minority Report.
This has 1984 written all over it.
Yeah, I remember the year when we did it. It was scary. That was our Halloween episode, so I'm already feeling 1984 vibes. I'm freaked out. All right, let's go ahead and move over into another huge technological space of the year 2013. A couple huge, this is where the big products debuted. Not a whole lot of food products to talk about or other tech stuff, but a couple huge video game inventions of the year 2013 would be November 15th, the PlayStation 4 would debut. And on November 22nd, the Xbox One would debut in the United States. I was always, out of the two, I was always a PlayStation person.
Me too. I was stoked for the PlayStation 4 to come out, and it lasted a long time.
Yeah, it did. I still don't have a PlayStation 5, and my PlayStation 4...
2020, 2021, somewhere around there is when the PS5 came out.
That makes sense. Yeah, that's been a while, but...
Almost 10 years.
I mean,
they're already talking about number 6, so...
Yeah, that's what I kind of... A couple of years ago, I was like, maybe I'll wait it out, and I thought, I just should do it. Now, at this point, I'm like, I think I'll probably just go ahead and wait it out. It's going to be a similar situation at this point as to what happened back in 2013, actually, because you had these two systems come out the same year that Grand Theft Auto 5 debuted. That was the big video game of 2013. And so that was kind of a crazy thing where it was like, I had a PlayStation 3, and so I bought GTA 5. And then my brother had the PS4 before I did, and I remember playing it on his, and I was like, what the fuck? This is so much better. I have to get a PlayStation 4 immediately.
Yes.
It was crazy that it was weird that they even bothered making it. It was basically two different games. But yeah, so that seems like that's going to be the next scenario, because GTA 6 is about to come out, supposedly. They've been delaying it since 2013 about. They keep pushing it back. Basically. Grand Theft Auto would make $500 million on the first day it was out.
Jeez, that's crazy.
Nuts. Fucking very popular. Obviously, I think that's one of the weird ones. It's an older thing that you go, Grand Theft Auto 5, and everyone's like, the game that still is the most popular game.
Yeah, so good. Other games that came out that year, Assassin's Creed Black Flag.
Oh, that was this one. Okay, that's one of my favorite Assassin's Creeds, dude.
One of the best games. They're actually remaking that one this year too.
Oh, cool. That's worth it. It's funny that the game's old enough that it's gonna get remastered. I'm like, what do you mean? That's one of the newer ones, though. In my mind,
Yeah, no more.
So sick.
And The Last of Us came out.
Yes, that's also an amazing game. Another one I liked was BioShock Infinite.
Probably one of the best games ever made.
All three of these right in a row are three of my favorite games ever. And Grand Theft Auto 5. I'm not like a humongous Grand Theft Auto guy, but GTA 5 is an amazing game.
Great game.
I mean, I've spent countless hours.
The storyline for Infinite was like
very cool.
Just blown away.
Yeah, it could have been a movie.
You invest so much more time than a movie. It's almost like a book. It's like you spent 24 hours playing this game. I don't know how long the gameplay is. Yeah. But you spend X amount of time. It's not like, oh, that was a cool 2-hour story.
Yeah.
It's like, no, you've invested days on this game.
Yeah, and we're walking around trying to go like, what the fuck is going on over here? That's so good.
It's so good.
And just some more context on the gaming systems. PS4 debuted at $400. The Xbox One at $500. So that was like a big selling point or whatever.
Yeah, I remember that being part of the battle. Was like, well, mine's cheaper than yours. So,
and it really felt like the PS4 could kind of do more than the Xbox One.
Move on to the big wide world sports.
Yeah, enough playing games. Time to get serious.
These man games.
All right.
World Series champions were the Boston Red Sox. The Super Bowl champions were the Seattle Seahawks. Oh, this is right. See, this is when the Seahawks got lame because they became highlighter colors and then developed an entire new fan base.
Yeah. Those colors are pretty exciting, though.
They are. And their other colors were terrible. I'm just saying I never seen a Seahawks jersey until they became vibrant. Maybe I just never noticed them. The NBA champions were the Miami Heat, and the Stanley Cup champions were the Chicago Blackhawks. America this time.
Hey, there we go. Chicago. That's also one of those teams. Like, there's only a couple of hockey teams that I definitely know about.
I was like, I like hockey. I don't want to bandwagon a team. Who's the worst team right now? And I looked it up, and it was the Chicago Blackhawks.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, well, I might have to be a Black Sox fan, so nobody can say I bandwagoned.
That's a good idea. That's funny because I have like the opposite thing going on right now because I just moved to San Antonio and I'm like, go Spurs, go, go. Like super pissed off when they lose and shit.
But that's super fun because you're there and you're celebrating with everybody. If I was surrounded by hockey fans, I wouldn't be like, nope, fuck you guys. You know what I mean?
If you move to Chicago and you're like, God damn it, the Blackhawks, when are they going to get good? You know, you're just like, jumping with them. That would be it'd be weirder for me to come here and just be like, I guess I'm gonna start being a Heat fan or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, well, my team's not in the finals, and everyone's like, don't you live here? Why aren't you excited? The only real sports story that I had involved it was called the Kick Six, was the final play of the Iron Bowl in November. It was the Crimson Tide against the Auburn Tigers. They had 1 second left on the clock. The game was tied 28-28. And for some reason, the coach of the Crimson Tide lined up for a 57-yard field goal with like a kicker who wasn't that experienced. So there wasn't really a big shot of this going in. And the kick was short. So one of Auburn's players was near the goal line and he caught the ball in front of the goalpost and was able to run it all the way back for a touchdown on the other side. So 1 second play at the very end. It was the last one of the craziest plays that's ever happened in football, honestly, people say.
110-yard return.
Yeah. The actual measurement for it was 109 yards, actually.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
Damn, that's pretty much right on there. Yeah, and the big thing that everyone said was if the coach had just taken a knee and let the game go into overtime, you'd have a different outcome.
Yep.
But because he tried to kick the field goal, they had that. And then like the special teams on the other side was just a bunch of like big old offensive linemen, so they weren't catching this dude when he got the ball back, and he just sprinted on back. Game over, 28-34.
Man, what a shitty way to go out.
You got to be real bummed out if you're those players. Dang, you did everything you could, and the crowd, I guess actually erupted so extreme that it registered on the seismographs across Alabama.
Damn.
Yeah, they were that jazzed about it. And it's also got a cool name too. It's the Kick Six. Like that's a really cool name for this because it was like a pick six, but it was a kick six.
That is pretty cool. I like that.
All right, let's go ahead and take a look at the TV champions for the year and say that's actually football still number one for part of the year. Beginning of the year, NCIS was number one, and football on Sunday night, that's number two. Second half of the year, they both jump up to number one together. So shared the first spot, NCIS and Sunday Night Football. And then the third place the whole time, Big Bang Theory. Fourth place, NCIS LA, whole year long. We're like one of the most across-the-board uniform years we've ever seen. Actually, the most that we've ever seen. Everything was in the same place with the exception of first and second, then sharing first place later.
It's crazy.
Yeah, weird. People had very, very, very dialed into what they wanted to watch. It's also funny how often from this decade, it's NCIS and football. That's mostly what's going on. But let's take a look at, there were a lot of big debut TV shows that happened this year. I think a couple of the bigger shows that people that were very critically lauded were like House of Cards. I know people like that one a lot with currently disgraced Kevin Spacey. Also The Americans. I've never seen that, but that seemed like a show people thought was pretty good. I heard good stuff about it.
I watched the first episode.
Oh, to get ready?
Pretty cool. Yeah. It was
cool.
I liked it.
They're like spies, right? It's like Cold War thing?
Yeah, they're Russian spies, and the whole thing is like they speak better English than we do, and they're trained since children, and as soon as they get here, they're no longer allowed to speak Russian. And yeah.
So it's like modern day stuff, or is it like 60s?
No, it's like 80s.
Oh, okay.
Like 81, I think, is when the first episode was.
We only got 9 years before the Cold War ends. If you want to find out more about the end of the Cold War, tune into 1990, a recently released episode. There are a couple shows that were really well known that both had the word black in the title. I thought that was funny. You had Orange is the New Black as well as Orphan Black. Started with O, ended with Black. Both those titles.
Blacklist.
Oh yeah, the Black. Oh yeah, too. I forgot about that one. A lot of like black. You put black in your TV show, you're gonna be doing very well this year. Out of those,
Orange is the New Black was huge.
Yeah, that was one that I didn't watch it at first. It was Megan got me into it a couple years later. I think it was probably over by the time we started watching it, and I thought it was pretty good. I actually liked it.
Yeah, the only reason I watched it because they were like, "Dude, Donna's boobs are in the first episode." And I was like, "Gotta check it
out." Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. was pretty big this year for reasons we will get into later.
Mm-hmm.
If you can't tell, Marvel was big in the year 2013, but we talked about that show a little bit. It was big for, Marvel, obviously, biggest shit in the world at this point. Still is very, very large, but 2013, it really did have like a stranglehold on the nation still.
Yes.
Another good dramatic series that I liked a lot was Vikings. Did you watch that one? That show's sick.
I watched it. I never finished it.
Neither did I. No. I stopped watching it, spoiler alert, when Ragnar dies.
Mm-hmm.
Ragnar Lothbrok. Yeah. When his son took over, I was kind of like, wait, did that just really happen? Like, it's Vikings. Maybe they're going to bring him back with some sort of crazy, like, ritual. And then I was like, we just, like, are suddenly and inexplicably just rotating over. Now the son's the star of the show. And just never grabbed my attention anymore.
Yeah. Another dramatic show that was super popular that I liked was Peaky Blinders.
I started watching that a couple months ago. I put on the first couple episodes. I mean, it's pretty good. Cillian Murphy's great.
Yeah, it's a good show. I think to round it off, they're going to make a movie, actually.
Oh, damn. Maybe I should get into it because I didn't think it was cool. I thought it was pretty neat. I just was like, so this is dense, you know? Like you're having to pay attention. Yeah.
And if it's like, a lot of people can't watch it because of their accents.
I know that gets a lot of people. Yeah, I don't
never have an issue listening to people with accents like that. But my sisters are like, I had to watch it with
subtitles
on.
That reminds me of my cousins when they came out one time. They were watching Pirates of the Caribbean, and I was like, "Oh, if you want, I can turn off the subtitles for you." And they were like, "No, it's hard to understand them because of their accents." And I was like, "Whoa, really? They're like they're just regular British accents. It's not even like Peaky Blinders has some pretty intense accents and pretty heavy accent work, but
yeah,
some people it's just British English. It's too much." I got comedies next. Do you have any more dramas you want to talk about first?
No, mine are all comedies. That were pretty much after that too. Attack on Titan, that's not a comedy.
No, you're right. That's a dramatic cartoon. Attack on Titan's sick. I didn't realize that was this year.
Yeah, crazy show. I only watched first season, I think.
Me too. Another one where I had the same issue where it was like, we're just changing main characters now suddenly. Like, you get me all involved, invested. Like, I don't mind if a character dies off, but it's just like too quick to be like, now I just have to like change and care about this person I didn't give a shit about up until now. Well, Attack on Titan's a cartoon, so let's just jump right into the comedy section with the one we talked about at the top of the show. One of the biggest, really, probably actually the biggest show from this year. The one that had like most lasting impact would probably be Rick and Morty. Obviously, it's still on, right? I mean, they haven't canceled it. Even lasted through the creator and the main voice cast, essentially. There's so many characters on that show getting canceled, and the show stayed on.
Yeah.
I've actually never seen any non-Roiland episodes.
I have. I don't know. You could tell. It's not him. And weren't those controversies like false allegations?
I don't know. I didn't keep up to date with that. Was like when everything that was just going rampant all over the place. So I don't actually know exactly what happened. But I mean, I freaking love. I know everybody, all of our friends, and everything. That first season especially was so intelligently written, so unique, and I enjoyed the show for the next couple seasons. But just that first one still is so singular.
It's a masterpiece.
Yeah,
so good.
I rewatched the pilot episode the other day. I hadn't seen it in a while.
Me too.
Really, I mean, I was just like busting up. I was like, man, this show was so amazing. That's why I fell so in love with it. And then, I kind of was one of those people who let the fan base sort of drive me away from being in love with the show anymore, because I loved it so much. It was my own little secret thing that I liked. We all were like, this show is so cool and it's very intelligent. And then everyone went, Pickle Rick, whoa! And I kind of stopped liking it so much.
Yeah, once there was people yelling Pickle Rick at McDonald's on the countertops.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's like, I don't like to be someone who feels easily swayed by crowds, but it's like I get swayed away from a crowd. It's the same thing, you know? I'm still letting the crowd affect me.
It's true.
You had Brooklyn Nine-Nine. That's a big show for a lot of people. I've never really watched it, but I've seen a couple bits and pieces of it. It's pretty funny. There was Nathan For You, a really funny show. That the big thing that they did was the dumb Starbucks. I remember that being like a huge cultural thing where they opened up a fake Starbucks and just called it dumb Starbucks. Like didn't get in trouble because of parody laws. Drunk History was pretty good. That show's so funny.
Such a good show.
It's wild. That's like such a funny premise where you're like, let's get these people dangerously drunk.
Yeah, right.
Blackout drunk and then have them tell a story. I like to. I actually saw.
I'll say it was on YouTube, and it did so well that they were able to like, oh, let's just make this into a show.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I loved it. I found it on YouTube first. I thought that this was such a cool premise, and then they turned it. It made more sense to be an online thing. I was really surprised that they were able to get it cleared for TV. Yeah, I've heard some behind the scenes stories of people who say like, yeah, I was dangerously drunk on that.
Oh yeah, most of those people are like blacked out drunk. I'm surprised they even remember what they're talking about and how like.
Yeah, I don't know how they. I mean, I guess they're all comedians, so they're used to memorizing shit, I guess. But
yeah, you just have to like do it drunk. That's crazy.
Actually, in the original like web series, the people like some of the people who were telling the stories weren't like very well known comics. I didn't really recognize them, so I just assumed they were like historians because they knew the story so well. Mm-hmm. And then they had people tell, and then later I was like, oh, they're actors. They just like remembered the lines, I guess, basically, essentially.
Yeah, there's quite a few actors that do it now. Obviously, now that it's on TV and it's popular, but
yeah, I haven't seen it in a while. I don't know if they still do it, but
yeah, I don't know if they still do it. It's a great show, though. Another one that I saw that reminded me of you was The Birthday Boys.
Yes,
the first episode of it.
That's awesome. I have. Yeah. I mean, I still watch that show all the time. It still is one of my favorite shows. I do put that on pretty frequently. So great sketch show. I know Brandon loved it too. Like we all would watch that back in the day, and they actually was going to bring him up later too in the music section because they had a parody on one of the episodes of one of the top songs. So they'll be brought up again later. They have a podcast that, well, the Sloppy Boys, like a couple of them have a band, and they have a podcast that talks about cocktails every week. So check out the Sloppy Boys. I've submitted a couple of booze news themes over there that they've played. So I'm a contributor to the Sloppy Boys podcast. Cool. But yeah, that's definitely one of my favorite shows of the year. Let's just jump down over and finish this off with talking about the kids stuff.
The one that I found on there was Paw Patrol came out.
Oh, it did? I didn't see that.
Yeah.
Dang.
That's a big one.
That's a big one. That's a big one. Sophia the First also came out. I know that's another one that kids like. Mm-hmm. A little older, the older kids, it's kind of like all sort of keeping in the same theme a little bit. You had Teen Titans Go. You had Steven Universe. And Wander Over Yonder is a show that I watched for the first time the other day. It was created by Craig McCracken, who did like Powerpuff Girls and Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends. So I was like, yeah, I love Craig McCracken, so this show's probably going to be cool. And it's like this weird little orange guy. He's played by Jack McBrayer, who's like, he's the guy who talks like this from all the comedy stuff. Mm-hmm. And he plays the main character, and he's just like this super interminably good-natured creature who travels the universe helping people out. And like he is the enemy of a guy named Lord Hater, but he doesn't have any enemies. Everything is good to him, to Wander. Everything's wonderful. He loves everybody. There's nothing's ever negative, and he always just wins because of his positive attitude. And I watched the first episode and was like, I love this. And I watched the second episode the next day. I was like, it's too late. I have to watch Iron Man. So like I just stayed up super late watching the second episode. And I really liked it. I was like, I'm going to finish Wander Over Yonder. It's only 2 seasons. So a lot of like space-based kids shows. Also Uncle Grandpa. Kind of similar-ish, but...
Yeah. That's funny. I did watch the first episode of that. I didn't write it down, so it didn't come to my brain, but I did watch the first episode.
Oh, yeah? The first one's the one that you and I watched, right?
Yeah, dude. It's so wild.
When it came out, or I don't know if maybe a couple years later or whatever, but I remember, the line that I still remember from that was like, we need to call the cops. Like, don't call the cops. If you call the cops, Uncle Grandpa could get a lot of trouble. You got to call Uncle Grandpa. It's like this. Yeah, we had like a whole thing where we're like, this guy's a drug dealer, right? Like that's his thing. Like he just comes into town. He's like, don't call the cops on me, all right? Like the kids will have crazy adventures when he's there.
We're everybody's uncle and grandpa.
Such a funny show. You know, say that just these reality ones a little quickly because they were cool. Naked and Afraid. That's a pretty cool show. That's still, I think it still might be on, but that's one of the ones that I've, a lot of these types of shows are like just endless replayability, and you'll always be able to revisit Naked and Afraid or MasterChef Junior. I love that one. It's cool. Like those kids are fucking impressive.
Yeah, they
are. Beat Bobby Flay came out, as well as Guys Grocery Games, which was kind of like a mix between the supermarket sweep and a cooking show where like you have to run around and grab. He's like, you have $20. Go and make me a fucking hamburger. And then they run around and grab stuff and have to cook it up. That's a really cool show. I'd probably like it more if Guy Fieri wasn't involved in it. Not that I hate him. He's just needs a lot to handle every episode. But yeah, it's cool. It's a cool premise.
Yeah.
Also, there was Below Deck. I don't really know what that is. I just know I think it's still on the air. People really love Below Deck. It's like people working on a fucking cruise ship or something. I don't get it, but it's popular.
No, I never watched it. I've heard of it though. I could not do that. I thought about it when being in the bartending world. I was like,
working on a cruise.
Yeah.
I thought about it during the comedy days. I kind of did have a little bit of people were like, it's good money and it's fun, and I was like, do I really want to be on a cruise ship for like months?
Yeah, but and then you have to be like constantly like. You're like a lifesaver, so you can't like drink or you can't like do anything.
You have to be responsible.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't want to do that.
Yeah, I don't really like telling the same set every week, let alone every single day. And you just have to have people come, like, hey, it's the comedy guy. Woo! It's like, no, thanks. I'm gonna be trapped on a boat with these people for that long.
Yeah, I'm good on that.
All right. With that, we are going to go turn our attentions to the music of 2013. The way we do such a thing on Wish We Were Then is to pour over the playlist that I have created. We have that. The link is in our Instagram bio as well as on the episode description, wherever you're listening to this, Spotify, YouTube, what have you. Our playlist contains the top 10 songs from 2013 at the year-end Billboard Hot 100. After that, there's a smattering of songs off of the Hot 100 all the way up to number 50, which would be number 100 for the year. That is Still Into You by Paramore. Everything after that did not hit the year-end Hot 100. So check out the playlist, see what surprises you, see what you thought might have been higher up, or songs that you go, that fucking made it at the end of the year? Really? We'll talk about all that in a second. But we are going to start off by going through the top 10.
All right, number 10 is Roar by Katy Perry.
It's a good one. I like Katy Perry, it's funny, we talk a lot of shit on her nowadays, but back then she was still good.
No, she was on top of her game at this point, I feel like.
Yeah. Peak Perry.
Peak Perry. Number 9 is Cruise by Florida Georgia Line and Nelly. I don't know if I've ever heard this song before.
I wasn't familiar with it. But once it came on, Megan was like, oh, I hated this song when it came out. So we just did not listen to the radio in 2013.
No.
You and I. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff that was popular that I don't know.
And if we did, it was like the classic rock station in the Valley.
Yeah.
All right, moving on to number 8, When I Was Your Man by Bruno Mars. This one I definitely recognized.
Yes, yeah. Bruno Mars is one of, he's like our generation's great entertainer, honestly.
Dude, he's really good. He is. Like, he's like talented. He can play piano and drum and
and his songs are usually pretty good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Number 7 is Just Give Me a Reason by Pink and Nate Ruess.
Yeah, that sounds right. Yeah, man, he is all over this Hot 100. The dude from Fun.
Oh, yeah.
He's got so many. I actually didn't intend to put him on so many times, but he just was, in a song with other people and stuff like that. So I was like, ooh, I didn't mean to. He also, Fun had, I think, 2 songs hit the Hot 100 for the year end. I'm assuming that because I know we talked about them in the top 5 once. I think that was in 2012. So at this point, he's riding this huge wave of fame.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Number 6 is Mirrors by Justin Timberlake.
That was one that once it started, I recognized it. I didn't really remember it until it started playing. And I was like, oh, okay, yeah, I recognize this one.
I recognized it. Does he even make music anymore?
I don't know, honestly. Well, there was that thing recently where he got arrested for drunk driving. Did you see that?
No, I didn't see that.
And then he got pulled over, and when he was talking to the cops, he was like, "This is going to ruin the tour." And the cop said, "What tour?" And he said, "The world tour." And I was like, "It's so funny." So that's what people would just say for a while afterwards, be like, "This is going to ruin the tour."
That's hilarious. I don't even know. Like I said, I don't even know if he's making music. Maybe he's just touring with all of his old stuff.
Yeah.
I could see people going to see him still.
I mean, at this point, yeah, he's kind of like a legacy act.
Yeah.
It's like when we were kids and people would go see Elvis Costello or something.
Yeah, it's funny.
His last one was his last one was 2024 on Spotify. So I mean, that's pretty recent.
I mean, that's recent enough. Yeah, it's pretty recent. Usually people come out with music every, 3, 2, 3, 4 years. It takes a while to write an album and do all that stuff, And I think as people are like, well, I'm going to make money and tour for an entire year or more with this album. And then you can go to like across the whole country. People want to hear the new album. Then you drop the album. Then you can do that for a whole nother year. You know what I mean? Because they're like, oh, I love this album.
All right, number 5 on the list is Can't Hold Us by Macklemore and Ryan Lewis featuring Ray Dalton. Man, they were so big, Macklemore and Ryan Lewis.
Dude, yes. For years to come, too.
It was also cool that that's how they went. Like, they were Macklemore and Ryan Lewis. And you're like, who's Ryan Lewis? You're like, you totally didn't have to. I mean, nobody remembers him. People, I guess, really don't probably remember Macklemore anymore.
I'd be surprised. I feel like he's still popular.
Really? I mean, not somebody I ever listened to outside of the songs that were big. His most recent album was 2023. So okay. he's still out there touring on it, like as far as we just discussed.
Yeah,
he's got but he better come out something next year if he wants to stay relevant.
Yeah, right.
Number 4, though, is Harlem Shake by Bauer. Now it's weird that it's up so high. It just got fucking played to smithereens. It's like one of the early viral dancing song things, the Harlem Shake.
Is that why it's popular?
Yeah, it was like an early meme, really. It was just like everyone's kind of like standing around doing a little thing, and then when the beat drops, they all like the camera cuts and they're all like upside down and yeah. But yeah, those videos were super popular, and like I that was kind of one also at the time I just didn't follow stuff, and I was like, what is the Harlem Shake? I hear people talking about it. They're like, it's this. You're like, that's not anything. Number 3, Radioactive by Imagine Dragons. I can't, this one's really high up there. Top 3 songs of the year. Definitely one that I wasn't a fan of in 2013.
No, definitely not. But it was played everywhere. That's why I wasn't a fan of it, because it was just like in your face.
Yeah.
Radioactive in your face.
I mean, they were like the only quote unquote rock band that was doing big numbers, I guess.
Yeah. But they're like techno too, though, right? Like,
yeah. They're like electronic rock. Yeah,
but they're not playing like hip hop and like kind of stuff that was popular.
I always think of them just as trailer music. You just put them on a trailer for a movie. That's like, what I think of Imagine Dragons. All right, number 2 for the year of 2013 was Blurred Lines by Robin Thicke, T.I., and Pharrell. This one, obviously, was a very, very huge song. There was a lot of controversy surrounding this one back then.
I didn't know, though, there was any controversy behind this song.
Yeah, well, I mean, there was like the MTV Movie Awards performance where he's, wearing like the Beetlejuice outfit, and then Miley Cyrus was twerking on him. That was a big thing because everyone was like, she's like way younger than this guy. And also he's married. So it's just a weird thing. People were like already like kind of, I don't know about that. But the big thing was the lyrics of this song. People were talking about it being, to quote Pharrell Williams, he has not recent years, but years after this, like 2017, I was reading an interview with him where he was like, I can see why you consider it rapey now. And that's not how we wrote it, but the language that we use in the song is also used by guys who are being shitty. So like we just appeared to be saying these things without really intending to. Let me pull up some of the lyrics so that way we can look at them, because I always like back in the day, I remember thinking like, oh, that's a disgusting song because like blurred lines. He talks about getting her drunk. You know, it's basically like their thing was like, you know, this girl, this other guy. Now he was close, tried to domesticate you, but you're an animal, baby. It's in your nature. It's like, oh, you know, let me liberate you. Like you're a wild girl at heart. So like you don't have to be all buttoned up with that guy who was like not trying to get nasty with you. The only part really that I think is kind of like, that does seem a little bit not great is what he says. Baby, can you breathe? I got this from Jamaica. So he's talking about weed. It always works for me. Dakota Decatur. So he's like, oh, this always works for me when I get girls high. Then they want to have sex with me. So it kind of seems a little bit like, oh, if we get this girl drunk and high, then she'll want to party. But she doesn't unless she is that way, you know? So that's what people kind of, and they're like, that's not what we meant, but.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's a lot of lyrics in this song. I don't even think I ever really listened to the lyrics of this song now that I'm reading it because I really don't recognize it.
Yeah, I know. It's like hard to put it to a beat. They actually, on the Birthday Boys, the show that we mentioned earlier, they had a sketch from this year that was like making fun of this, where he's like, don't say no, I can't take that. Like, you have to say yes or else, you know, or he's like, I'm watching you from your bedroom and window and stuff like that. And everyone's like singing along to it. And so, you know, something that, you know, comedians, at least at the time too, were like, there's something here that you can't just say shit like that and not have people read into it. So
yeah, especially art. People do that all the time.
Yeah. Revisiting it now, I kind of was not as up in arms over the content of the lyrics, but like I said, Pharrell was just like, no, this is stuff that people say that are being bad, and we don't want to have that, you know, abstain from the appearance of all evil, as it says in the Bible. I'm sure that's what they were thinking. Let's see. Now let's move on to the top song for the year. That was Thrift Shop by Macklemore and Ryan Lewis, featuring Wands? Never heard that name before, despite having heard this song a trillion times.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't even know that.
Yeah, I'm like, is there another rapper in the song? I can't remember. But this song was gigantic. It's funny that this is number one. This is like almost a novelty song. It's silly. We all just thought this song was funny and fun, and everyone wanted to hear it.
We've said this a few times about this era, and they were just making music to have fun. Like for like parties and to dance to and to like have a good time. And that's what a lot of music was even about. But I feel like this is definitely one of those songs.
Yeah, I know that it was incredibly popular. It is just kind of one of the probably the funniest number one song we've ever talked about. This one's like,
I think so.
It's like kind of a comedy song.
Yeah, I think you're right.
And I enjoyed it back then. I wasn't like a fan of Macklemore, but I thought this song was pretty funny and it was enjoyable and it was a good time.
Like I said, it was fun.
All right, well, that's about it for the top 10, but let's just look at what else was in the Hot 100 before we move on past that. Right off the top, it was number 12 for the year end, but on ours, it's number 11. Ho Hey by the Lumineers. That song was pretty inescapable. Now, when it came on the playlist this week while I was listening to it, I was like, probably go ahead and skip that one.
I worked at an Irish pub and everybody did covers of this song. All the bands that would come through.
Yeah. Of this song. I remember one time I like started playing it and you're like, don't play that. And I was like on the guitar and stuff, and I was like, we could learn this one. You're like, I don't want to. I really just don't. I was like, it's popular, and you're like, I don't though. It's not. I don't want to do it. And I was like, all right, that's fair enough. And then pretty soon after that, I was like, okay, yeah. I was really stoked on it because I liked, especially at the time, I was really into folk music back then in college. Mm-hmm. And I thought it was neat. I liked the fact that they were a folk band. I actually went and saw the Lumineers live. Probably
I could see it being good.
Yeah, probably 2012 or 2013. Actually, I don't remember exactly which year it was, but I know it was around this time that I went and saw them, and they were good live too. But then just very quickly it got old. Then I was gonna say all this stuff kind of sounds the same, but really the band I think I'm thinking of with that is Mumford and Sons. They were also pretty popular, same time, and they have I Will Wait was number 52 for this year. And yeah, it was the same kind of thing where I was like, oh, it's neat to see like a folksy band, but they were the one that's like, man, every Mumford and Sons sounds exactly the same.
Yep, exactly.
Royals finished at number 15 this year. Like I was kind of surprised that wasn't up higher. That song was so big by Lorde.
Yeah, I'm surprised that wasn't higher too.
So I did look at it, and it finished at 15 this year, and it finished at number 20 next year. So it just kind of stayed in the same place for 2 full solid years. So that's
makes
pretty
sense.
impressive. Yeah. She would also finish at number 18 for the decade end.
Oh, that's cool.
And she's the youngest artist to reach number 1 since Tiffany did with I Think We're Alone Now. Back in like the 80s.
Mm.
Her version was 1987. So yeah, it'd been a long time. It's like I think Lord was 17. So yeah, it's like been a long time since like a teenager had actually hit number 1.
Damn, that's cool. I mean, yeah, it's not easy to do.
Have you? I heard just recently Megan asked me, like, have you heard the conspiracy that Lorde is actually like old? She's like the kid from Orphan, the scary movie. Like she pretended like she was a kid and then got famous, and now she's like 45, but everyone just thinks she's still like in her early 30s.
I don't know. That'd be weird. I mean, a wild thing to win an award for if you were lying about it.
Yeah, to have that distinction on you.
Yeah.
I mean, people used to do it a lot more. It's pretty hard to get away with now. Although now you could just be like, that's AI. That yearbook, that's not me. You know, it's like, oh, no, you graduated 2010. We have a video of you on stage doing the school play. And you're like, nah, that's AI. I'm only 16.
I'm only 16. Gray hairs.
A couple spots under that, you had Wrecking Ball that finished at number 18 for this year and then number 44 for next year. There were a ton of songs that carried over from this year into next year, but this one I felt like was so big I did expect it to be top 10 at least one of these years.
Yeah, I think it was popular because of the music video.
Yeah, I remember. I do remember liking the music video back then. I haven't seen it in a while, but it spoke to me at the time. And that was actually the number 99 of the decade end chart.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, so also not as high up as I thought it would be. Like Lorde was super high up. What did I say? It was number 18 for the decade end. So I felt like these songs were pretty comparable in their day and age. And actually, I think overall, I've heard Wrecking Ball more in my life, I think, at this point than I heard Royals.
Yeah.
Also on the list is Sail by AWOL Nation. It's such a fucking funny song.
There's a really good metal version of that song.
Really? That's kind of fun. I always sing that if I'm like walking past a store or something with Megan, and I'll be like, we should go in there. They're having a sale.
Maroon 5's on here. We talked about them before.
They're always on the list, honestly. Biggest band in the world.
Yeah. Wagon Wheel by Darius Rucker.
Yeah, I knew the Old Crow Medicine Show version of it. I mean, I probably have heard the Darius Rucker version, but I'm not like super familiar with it. I really liked the Old Crow Medicine Show version. Like I mentioned, I was into folk, so I like the Old Crow version of it. And then the Darius Rucker one, I thought just kind of like took out all of the like real country kind of like real countryness to it. Like the Old Crow version is very like, you know, sounds like two guys on their back porch fucking blowing into a jug and singing along and shit like that. And his version is very streamlined and got a lot of autotune in it too. That was kind of, I didn't really like that about it. He sounds very electronic on that one.
Yeah, that's true.
But, wasn't that a Bob Dylan song initially?
I guess it was. Bob Dylan said that it wasn't like he had written it down, but those lyrics, "Rock Me Mama Like a Wagon Wheel," are like old lyrics, and he just never really used them. But he doesn't claim to have like written a song for it. So Old Crow Medicine Show, for all intents and purposes, wrote that song.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so like they worked it into something that he hadn't been able to work out or whatever.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And it was just like that main part.
Yeah, this is another one that got just played into the dirt, and I was pretty sick of hearing it after a couple years.
Yep.
Perfect song. Super easy to play. Perfect song for a bunch of fucking talentless dudes to play in bars.
Yep, that's exactly where I heard it all the time.
Let's see. Anything else that's good?
The Fox. You want to talk about that?
The Fox, yes.
The Fox. Man. What does the Fox say?
I guess it says ding, 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 or whatever the fuck however it goes. Or yip, yip, yip. I can't really remember.
I heard that this like DJ who made this did it as like a joke. Like I mean, of course, it's not a serious song, but he was like, basically, like, I hate that everyone makes all this stupid music, so I'm gonna make this stupid music like everyone else, and get, you know what I mean? So it's kind of like a fuck you song, and it's worked out for him.
That's funny. That's like how MGMT was, that they were making fun of people with their music, and then it just blew up, and the people who they were making fun of really liked it. What does the Fox say? we used to do karaoke every week at this one bar down the street in Wisconsin, and every single week that guy would play this song like during the middle between songs and shit, you know.
This is like to get people to play. It's like, I'll sing. It's fine.
Yeah, please stop that. Yeah, so I got pretty sick of that song, but like 4 or 5 years ago. I didn't really hear it that much in 2013. But that closes out the Hot 100 for 2013, and after that on our list, starting at number 51 and onward, none of these songs would chart for the year end in 2013 or any other year, I believe. I usually do a pretty good job of checking. 51, Beware by Big Sean. That's like one of those ones. That and Bands and Make Her Dance are two songs that I'm like, I'm surprised they weren't big hits because I know those songs and I definitely wasn't listening to music like that. So I guess it's just our friends, really the friends of some of our friends. I can think of a few people who listen to stuff like this, you know?
Yeah. People at parties and they would play this kind of music, you know, is where I heard it. Is when I was, like you said, hanging out with friends of friends or like hanging out with people who aren't outside of our immediate friend group.
At number 60, Twin Size Mattress by the Front Bottoms, one of my favorite bands.
Yeah, they're a great band. A lot of fun. Oh, hell yeah.
The Front Bottoms t-shirt on.
I think I like them more now than I did at the time because it's almost like nostalgic listening to them now.
So yeah, like takes you back to being in the garage with everybody.
Yeah. Snoop Lion was a thing in our world, ladies and gentlemen, if you did not know that. It was Snoop Dogg becoming a cat. And
yeah, that's right. Yeah, right. He went from cat from dog to cat. That's good. I didn't think about that. Yeah, he traded one animal for another, but this was Snoop Dogg making a transition into the world of reggae music, and yeah, Blinking, you would have missed it. That's how short lived this decision was. And I guess he like went to Jamaica and just got super in tune with whatever. You know, I had read that he said he thought he was the reincarnation of Bob Marley. I don't know. I didn't like ever hear him specifically say that. I just saw that people said that a lot, that he had said that, and everyone was like, you were born before he died. That's not how reincarnation works. Like it has to be like he died and then you're reborn as that person. You can't just like decide later on in your life that now that he's gone, you're him.
Yeah, I don't understand that. Like I don't remember hearing him say it either though.
Yeah, I don't know if it was a real thing or people just said that. I did read an article that claimed he had said that, and that one of Bob Marley's children like gave him his blessing and was like, yeah, sure, you know, you're my dad, I guess, or whatever. I don't know if he said that, but he just like did give him a blessing about like, yeah, we go ahead and be Snoop Lion, like we accept you into the Rastafarianism.
But he went there and like it's a poor country, and they have a documentary of him like going there and like not like handing out money, but he's like giving money to like charities and like organizations. So they were all like, yeah, you're Bob Marley, man, if you want to be.
Fuck it, whatever. Yeah.
So he did like go there and genuinely help them.
Yeah, but like, you know, I think that could have also just had been, if it'd been Ed Sheeran, it would have been the same thing. They'd be like, sure, I guess you're Bob Marley. That's fine. Like, if you're going to keep singing with that accent, we're not going to tell you to stop. Someone probably will, but not us. We're fine with it.
Yeah, that's funny.
All right. Well, you mentioned the Snoop Lion documentary. I never saw the documentary at the time, but we all did watch a movie from 2013 to get ready for this week. Every week on the podcast, we watch the number one movie at the box office domestically during the calendar year. Sometimes a different movie will go on to have made more money the next year or over the next couple decades, re-releases, what have you. Sometimes the biggest movie in the worldwide is not the same as it is in the U.S. So we do U.S. in the year. And in the year 2013, number one movie was Iron Man 3. Came out May 3rd of 2013. Directed by Shane Black, which is pretty cool. That's the guy from, have you seen Predator? The guy with the glasses? The, like, one of the soldiers? That's Shane Black. He went on to be like a, he wrote Die Hard, or maybe Lethal Weapon. He wrote Lethal Weapon, I believe. And then, he just went on to be like a great director of action movies for many years. It's like, that's pretty fucking cool.
That is cool.
He also would write this movie, Shane Black, along with Drew Pearce. It stars Robert Downey Jr., Guy Pearce, Gwyneth Paltrow, and Don Cheadle. The budget was $200 million, and the gross back in 2013, $409 million. So, doubled their money.
Yeah. This is still in the height of all of the Marvel stuff, though, so people were, like, anticipating everything. This is after the Avengers, but before Thanos.
Well, let's go ahead and run through the plot synopsis here real quick. Plagued with worry and insomnia since saving New York from destruction, Tony Stark now is more dependent on the suits that give him his Iron Man persona, so much so that every aspect of his life is affected, including his relationship with Pepper. After a malevolent enemy known as the Mandarin reduces his personal world to rubble, Tony must rely solely on instinct and ingenuity to avenge his losses and protect the people he loves. Solely on instinct and ingenuity and those Iron Man suits that we mentioned a moment ago. Yeah. Those are a big part of how he's able to beat the Mandarin. He doesn't just fucking use his ingenuity. He uses his fucking fancy suits.
Yeah. He said there was like 42 of them, 45 of them or something like that. It's a lot of
ingenuity.
Yeah.
There was that one scene where he's like running around the castle like barefoot, and I was like, this is kind of cool. It reminds me of a video game where there's that level where you lose all your shit and you have to like sneak around and you're like, fuck God, I hope I find all my shit. I'm so mad. It took me such a long time to find it. And then it's always like in a pile just outside of whatever prison you're escaping from. Like, hey, cool. Left all my stuff together. Nobody took anything. Some trustworthy guards around here. Well, the original budget for this one, I'll just get some of this logistical stuff out of the way about the money that this made and took to make. Originally, it was going to be $140 million. Yeah, I said it was $200 million. So they bumped it up quite a bit after the Avengers did so well. And actually is still the highest grossing movie ever in the Philippines.
Interesting.
Yeah. Out of all the Marvel movies, for some reason, this one. With the vaguely racist Asian character in it, I don't know. That was a weird choice to include the Mandarin in general. And then have it not be the Mandarin for real was a weird thing. I did like that they fixed that detail in the Marvel universe with Shang-Chi. Did you ever see that one?
No.
The Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings or something it's called. And it's like those 10 rings were what actually the Mandarin in the comic book used. So in the Shang-Chi movie, when you meet the bad guy, he's like, yeah, I'm the one that Ben Kingsley was based on, he says, basically. Like that Trevor Slattery guy was mimicking me.
Oh,
gotcha. And so they're like, this is the real Mandarin. Sorry, comic book fans. You're like, you have one audience to appease. No one else gives a shit. Why would you use names and not make them be the right thing? I don't get. What a weird choice to do. Oh, this was also, we mentioned when we did the Avengers that was actually produced by Paramount. This was the last one that Paramount would produce before it moved over to Disney officially.
Okay.
It's like also weird that this was in a world prior to Disney owning Marvel. You kind of forget that happened during this. You just think they would have been the ones who started all these movies and made it successful, but they were like, hey, what are you guys doing? What are you doing over there?
Right?
$1 billion? Can we have it? We like $1 billion.
Yeah, we'll take that.
There's not a whole lot of casting information, obviously. We've talked about that before. When you get into the sequels of movies, there's less and less casting shakeups, clearly. But there were a couple interesting first and last appearances of some notable actors. This was the debut of Jenna Ortega. Did you catch her?
No.
She plays the vice president's daughter, so she doesn't. All of her lines were cut. I guess she did have lines initially, but now she just looks sad and legless. He's like, they cut to him at Christmas time, and he's like, "Oh, honey, is your leg still not there?" And she's like, "Still gone, Dad. Still missing that leg."
Yep.
That was Jenna Ortega.
Yet? Darn.
Yeah, she's the one in the wheelchair in that scene.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so first time anyone would ever see Jenna Ortega, and then it was actually the very last film of both Joan Rivers. She comes on in like a second, where she's like, "Oh, Iron Man, fabulous," or whatever she says on the news report. And then it was the final live action role of Miguel Ferrer, the aforementioned vice president in the film. This was his last on-screen appearance in a movie. He would do some voice acting roles for the next couple of years, but he passed away shortly after. We talked about him as well because his mom or his aunt is Rosemary Clooney. She's George Clooney's aunt.
Oh, that's what it is.
And I think she's Miguel Ferrer's mom. And then her husband was another Ferrer actor, Jose Ferrer, something like that. So first for Jenna Ortega, last for Joan Rivers and Miguel Ferrer. One of the casting, a couple of them, were Jessica Chastain actually was replaced by Rebecca Hall due to scheduling conflicts. And you're like, dang, you guys really... Rebecca Hall, you're fine. I don't know. Don't remember you. Don't know who you are outside of this, but like Jessica Chastain's a pretty famous actor.
Yeah.
So that's a bummer for them because scheduling. And then Emilia Clarke was cast, but her character got removed in the rewrites. So that's another one. You're like, yeah, she would go on to be really famous from Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
So that would have been something that, like, later on, people would. I mean, even Jenna Ortega, you're like, oh, I better rewatch Iron Man 3 to see if that's Jenna Ortega for real. Like, I would have no reason to put this movie on other than that. Overall, it's not like it was a bad movie. I actually enjoyed watching it more than I thought I would. I kind of was going into it expecting it to be pretty stupid, but I didn't mind it.
Yeah, no, I liked it.
I thought it was enjoyable as much as any other Marvel movie. They're all basically the same to me.
Yeah, I think they're fun. You know what I mean? It's just cool to watch explosions and fighting and shit like that.
Yeah, there are some like kind of dumb logistical things. Like, I hated the fact that he was like, "Oh, all right, well, come and find me. Here's my address." And you're like, and then you're not gonna even like attempt. You have like a bunch of fighting suits in your house, and you don't have like a fucking alarm system or something like that.
Right?
You just get blown up by helicopters like nothing. That was so stupid. Like, what is the point of that?
Yeah, I don't know.
They should have had the Mandarin find his address in some sneaky way instead of having it be like, oh, he just said it and then didn't be prepared even a little bit.
Yeah.
Like, I even feel like if that had just happened on a regular Tuesday, he probably would have gotten into his suit quicker and killed those helicopters like in any other movie.
Yep.
This is the one time he had to be like, I don't know what to do. Fucking let's run around. Let's be suitless and be scared.
Yeah.
That was kind of like, so like some of the stuff was like convenient for plot's sake, I think.
Yeah.
But it seemed like they did do a lot of rewrites though. That was kind of something. I think that like Shane Black initially was like just kind of doing a movie, and then when they found out how big this was going to be, he seriously was like, oh shit, I got to change some stuff and like make this better. Like, he initially wanted to focus more on like the alcoholism of Iron Man, because that's like a big point in the comic books. But Disney was kind of like, oh, we already did that in the last one a little bit, so let's just do something different. And they kind of like forced his hand into doing the Mandarin. He didn't really want to do that.
What villain did he want to do?
I think he just wanted to keep it. He wanted to be alcoholism, and then Aldrich Killian, because Killian's still the main bad guy in this one. So he just wanted it to only be Killian, I think, the Guy Pearce character. Speaking of that character, one of the early drafts of the script contained a sex scene between him and Pepper that he fucking filmed and then like used the tape to blackmail her with. Like,
who did this?
The bag of Killian, the Guy Pearce, the blonde guy.
Oh yeah.
It's like, damn, that was a wild thing to write. You know,
right?
Why did you think you should put that in a family movie? You fucking creeps! What the hell? Come up with a different way for this, right? Like, come up with something else, some other conflict for them to have. What the hell? Just have him be like mean to her. That's all we need. This is superhero shit, dude. You don't have to be crazy. Like, what the hell? A fucking hidden sex tape? I really blew my mind when I read it. Like, oh yeah, this wasn't owned by Disney at the time.
Yeah, still though, but it.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't know. Shane Black is also, makes sense coming from him. You hire somebody who's like known for doing R-rated action movies. You don't expect him to show some fucking. You're out of your mind. Well, that was one of the things that I thought was really weird about this one, is that it's based at Christmas. I've always thought that was so weird. I remember at the time I was like, what's happening? Like, because you see it was May, and you walk into the theater, it's all hot out. You walk inside, there's like Christmas trees and shit. And I was like, what is this?
Dude,
I didn't realize a Christmas movie in May.
Dude, I don't not realize how much they reference Christmas in this movie.
Yeah, it's like it just is a straight up Christmas movie, really. And
it really is.
I figured that it was like, oh, it was supposed to come out at a different time. I couldn't find anything that said it was delayed or pushed forward. It's just, this is when it was happening. It mostly is just that Shane Black, for some reason, pretty much only makes Christmas movies. He's done Lethal Weapon, which most people forget is set at Christmas time. The Last Boy Scout, The Long Kiss Goodnight, and Kiss Kiss Bang Bang are all set at Christmas time. Those are some of his older movies. So he was just like, this is what I do. Yeah, I don't know why. He just likes explosions and Christmas trees next to each other. And yeah, I don't know. I don't get why nobody was like, no, this is happening in May, so why don't you make this as fucking switch it all to 4th of July or something? I don't know, man. This is a weird idea. And then at the end, they just kind of frame it as like he's telling Banner his story, and that's why it's, different. But I also think it's because of the fact that to make it make sense in the timeline of where it occurs compared to the Avengers, they wanted it to be a little sooner and not have it be like, oh, this is a full year later at next Christmas. So we're just seeing him tell Banner about what happened 6 months prior.
Gotcha.
I guess.
Okay.
I mean, it's a really weird choice, though. I still think it's strange.
Yeah.
One of the Christmas gifts actually that was affected was the giant stuffed rabbit that he gives her.
Yeah.
Yeah, they make a big fucking meal about that rabbit. They will not stop They do not stop talking about that rabbit.
No, it's so annoying. Everybody brings it up too, and they like walk in. Like, I guess you would, but still, like.
Did you see the rabbit? Like, to everybody, I was like, what is this? Why are you guys so obsessed with this rabbit? It's like they were like, we spent way more on this rabbit than we meant to. We need to make sure people see it. They referenced it before it came up because I was looking for the rabbit because of the fact that I did read the arms of the rabbit had to be changed in post, like significantly. They had to like spend more money to alter the rabbit because a lot of the test audience thought that its arms were boobs.
Because it's like in the front, like
they had to like digitally alter it. So I kept waiting for this rabbit, and they kept bringing it up, and I was like, "All right, cool, I'm gonna see these tits." And it was like, "Nope, still not coming up." It fucking took 10 minutes of them talking about the damn rabbit before it showed up. And then when it finally did show up, I was like, "They should have spent more money. Those still look like a pair of boobs to me." Especially because you pointed it out. But I was like, "Damn it." I'm gonna look it up right now and see if I can find a picture.
I did not notice that.
Let's see if you can see. This one looks. It's like you could just say like the way they had to like add those they had to add those paw prints on because otherwise it would just look like a huge pair of knockers. Like, why aren't they coming out the side?
That's so funny.
I mean, it's funny too because the way they hang, it's like that's a real nice set. You know, like they're kind of like coming out left and right like that. Yeah, everyone was like, "Why was it?" You know, the test audiences afterwards, it was like, "All right, does anyone have any questions or anything that stuck out to you about the film?" You're like, "Why was that rabbit so sexy? Why did?" That was from Shane Black's earlier cut. It got used in a scene with Killian and Pepper. Like, "Do you like these tits on this rabbit?"
I was surprised to see that this movie was number one. To be honest, I mean, like, I don't. I guess
strictly
you're right.
The success of the Avengers.
Yes.
Literally the only reason for it. Because, it's really not very good. I mean, it's not bad, but it's definitely not one of the best. It's like on par with like Thor. Like the Thor movies are as good as this one, but it's not as good as the first Iron Man.
It was a nominee for Best Achievement in Visual Effects. For the
effects were decent.
Yeah.
I will say. It really was. A lot of times you watch some of these Marvel movies and you're like, damn, green screen all over this shit. And this one didn't look too bad.
No, it didn't look bad. It was pretty cool, actually. Fun to watch.
The president. Did you recognize who that was?
Where he's from? I recognize the actor. What? No.
The best role he ever did was as the like Grim Reaper guy in Bill and Ted 2.
Oh shit! I forgot.
Yeah, he's like, I was like,
so long.
Yeah, when I saw his IMDb and I was looking through it, I was like, oh, that's who that is. And then after that, I recognized him and I was like, that is the fucking guy. I haven't seen the second one in a very long time either. I've only seen that one once.
Yeah, I haven't seen it in forever.
That's pretty much all I got to say about Iron Man, I guess. We don't have to spend all day on it.
We rate this movie.
How many giant stuffed rabbit tits do you give Iron Man 3? Out of 2013.
2013 giant stuffed rabbit boobs. I'll give it 14 and 12 rabbit boobs.
All right, I was also similarly leaning towards the 1400s. And I'll give it a good 1450 rabbit memories.
Not my favorite Marvel movie.
No, but also not my least favorite, I guess. You know, it really didn't try too hard to be like super funny and stuff. I kind of thought the kid was like a good addition. It grounded Tony in a lot of ways, and I thought that kid was a pretty good actor, actually. Usually I hate children actors, and he was really, or just in general, I just hate children. But he was pretty good. He was pretty good. I liked him.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
All right, let's jump into the other movies from 2013.
One thing I got to pull off the top because I was super stoked to see it was it's more of a documentary, but it is The Man Who Is Tall Happy.
Oh, I didn't know that came out this year.
Dude, that movie, documentary, blew my mind for multiple reasons. But
I haven't thought about that in a long time. That was really cool, man. I have not thought about that documentary in a long, long time.
Yeah, Trey and I watched this documentary like just late at night one night on numerous probably substances. But it was it's like a mind-blowing documentary. What it's about is it's a play on words. Is the man who is tall happy? Because you can say that in many different ways. But it's basically like the only reason that anything has any value or any meaning or commonality or anything is because we decide it does.
It's like, really, honestly, folks, it'll make you smarter watching this movie, actually. I do think, like, it's one of those things that just like it kind of, your brain naturally understands the points that they're making before you even know that it does. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like it just makes you go, oh, and like rearranges your thinking a little bit to go, oh, I get that. It's much deeper than I can figure out how to put it right now, I think.
Also, the way that the documentary is made, it's all on one of those overhead projectors that if you grew up in sometime around when Trey and I grew up, there was overhead projectors that teachers would use for like math problems and stuff, but he draws on it the whole time and like narrates
I forgot about
it
that.
through. It's such a good, he goes through like hundreds of thousands of sheets because he'll do like one line, take a picture, another line, take a picture. And he like does that over an interview. It's really good. Go check it out.
I gotta rewatch this. I had not thought about that in so long. I'm gonna write that down. That's like one of the few times that I think I probably actually will go back and rewatch something from this year. I always say that and never have time to. This time I might actually do it. Oh yeah, dude. Now I'm looking. Oh, I forgot. Yeah, like the animation style of it and stuff was super crazy. Conversation with Noam Chomsky.
Oh yeah, he's a philosopher.
Yeah,
of our era.
Yeah, but Michel Gondry, who's like a great, director. So it's on Pluto TV right now. If anybody wants to watch it for free. Let's see. Out of the kind of big, critically acclaimed movies, a couple that I liked were Wolf of Wall Street. Pretty great film, actually. I'm always like on the fence about Scorsese. I like some of his stuff, and some of his stuff I don't really care for. This one I thought was awesome, and also like my favorite Leo performance for sure.
Oh yeah,
I love when he's like falling down the stairs. He's fucking super all twacked out on Quaaludes. And then Her was another big one from this year that I liked.
I still have never seen that movie.
I don't know how I would feel about it now. At the time, I thought it was really good. And now it would be a lot more interesting, a lot more relevant.
Hit home a little more.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, at the time, I thought it was pretty good. I know a lot of people were like, "Oh, there's like it's creepy." I'm like, "Yeah, it's a good movie. Get over it." Like, it's artistic. But I haven't seen it in a while. Maybe I'm a little less pretentious than I was back then. Maybe now I would be like, "This is dumb." At the time, I was like, "This is so smart and artsy."
A lot of kids movies that came out this year. Frozen, probably the biggest Disney movie in the past 20 years.
It kind of re-kickstarted. People weren't that into Disney for a while. Like they go through cycles. Like right now, I kind of feel like they're sort of not on top of the world anymore.
No, they just need to be a little more genuine with their art and not just recreating stuff. People don't want to see that anymore. The nostalgia is gone. Damn it, we're in the wrong industry.
But I mean, like a lot of stuff they do now, like Luca. Like no one gave a shit about Luca,
Yeah, my daughter likes that movie actually.
Really?
But Frozen, I watch all the time. Despicable Me 2 came out, and Monsters University, Monsters University is a great movie.
I hated that movie.
What?
Monsters Inc. is fantastic. Monsters University is a remake of like 30 movies. There was not an original thought in that movie.
That's a good point. I think I was just excited to see the monsters.
See the boys again?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't again, I'm a lot less pretentious than I was. I haven't seen it since it was in theaters, and I just remember being like pissed off. I was like, this is what you do with this? Like, you guys used to be one of the best fucking film companies around. They used to do everything was so original. And then everything after that was just like, this is a sequel. It's a prequel. That's also just a remake of, like I said, every college campus movie. They're like, we have to do the big scare competition at the end. And I was like, oh man, this is too trite. The Croods is one that I remember.
Oh, yeah.
No, I thought that looks kind of dumb. And then I finally watched it. I was like, this is actually a pretty delightful movie. I liked it. It's actually probably my favorite animated movie from this year.
Yeah.
And there was like, they were just, this was a good year actually for animated movies because there were a ton of them. There's also Turbo, Epic, and Planes. Like how Planes, they were like, you guys liked cars,
right?
How about planes?
It's funny. I saw that come up on Disney the other day, and I was like, I didn't realize that it came out in 2013, or I might have watched it because I was like, I've never seen that. I wonder if it would be good.
I've never seen it. I don't know. I mean, I can't imagine, but maybe it is. I don't know. It's probably fine. And Turbo about the snail. I never saw that one either.
I've watched that one. That one's pretty good too. Another like kid adjacent movie, I guess, is The Hobbit, The Desolation of Smaug. So that was the first one, Smaug, how do you say it? But that was
Smaug.
Smaug. That was the kickoff the three of those movies.
That was the second one.
Oh, it was? Oh yeah,
you're right. This was the only one that I saw for many years. You and I went to go see it in theaters.
Oh,
and I was like, I haven't seen the first one. You're like, but you read the book. And I was like, yeah, I guess you're right. So you're like, it ends when they fall in the river. The first one ends at that point. And I was like, okay, well, I know where that is in the story. So I was like totally fine with it. And then I remember the end of it. It's fucking trippy when Gandalf is fighting like the blackness and shit with like the light. And I was like, this is pretty cool. And then everyone was like, I hated that movie. I was like, that was pretty fun, actually. I like that. And then I didn't see the other two for years. I finally watched them recently. Actually, from doing this show when we did Lord of the Rings. Mm-hmm. I was like, I'm going to watch all the Lord of the Rings shit. So I watched the Lord of the Rings and the Hobbit. And I was like, oh, I probably won't watch the TV show. I had watched the extended versions of the other movies for the first time.
Those are fun as hell and great to watch. And I suggest everybody to do that.
So I had just spent like 12 hours in Lord of the Ring town. And then I did the Hobbit movies. And I think I might have done the extended versions of those too. And then I was like, all right, I kind of burned out myself a little bit.
2 days in Middle Earth, man. That's a long time.
It was really fun. And then like it just got less and less fun as the Hobbit movies went on. I was like, these aren't very good. They're okay. A couple of like adaptation sort of things like that came from books and stuff for kids. You had the Oz, the Great and Powerful.
Mm-hmm.
The Lone Ranger. Never saw that. With Johnny Depp playing a Native American.
Yeah.
Bygone era. 13 years ago, you can still do that. They wouldn't cast him nowadays, I don't think. And then The Great Gatsby. I know everybody loved that movie.
Yeah.
I wasn't a fan. I saw it a little while later. Didn't like it. But I know it's very, very popular. I think
popular.
It's just very spectacle like, there's a lot of crazy lights and the music's really fun and shit like that. So it's entertaining. I think it'd be fun. I watched it at home. I think it would have been more fun to see it in a theater.
Yeah.
I could see why people would enjoy it for that. A couple of comic book adaptations that were actually pretty good. Man of Steel. It's okay. I mean, it was a decent Superman movie, but the Wolverine was pretty sick, actually.
Yeah, I watched it a long time ago. Mm-hmm.
It's like one of the better like comic book adaptations there are. It like follows pretty closely with this story that they're like pulling directly from. Way better than Iron Man 3, that's for damn sure. I have a couple of like funny that these all came out the same year type of things. It's always interesting when there's like these two were pretty similar, right? There's a fuck ton this year. So you had Olympus Has Fallen plus White House Down, which were both movies about the White House getting like attacked. Also, The Butler. That was about the White House. Not really the same thing, but 3 White House movies came out this year. You had Pain and Gain and Two Guns. Were both Marky Mark two-handers. One he stars in with The Rock, and the other he stars in with Denzel Washington. You had Spring Breakers and The Bling Ring. Those feel like the same movie to me. I kind of forgot those were two different things. Now You See Me and The Incredible Burt Wonderstone were both movies about magicians, which is pretty rare to see a magician movie come out.
Yeah, what the heck?
You had Movie 43 and Inappropriate Comedy. Those both were like just those dumb compilations of sketches and stuff.
Okay.
I remember watching Movie 43 once at a party, and we just threw it on the TV to be like, we just want something on the TV, just to have. And then I ended up sitting down and watching it. I was like, this is kind of funny. And then just slowly, like half the party just came into the room to watch Movie 43, and we were all like, is this funny? Is this actually a good movie? We all really enjoyed it. Yeah, it was actually pretty good. I was pretty surprised how much I liked it. I wonder if I still would appreciate it, but I did for a while. And then you also had Last Vegas and The Stand-Up Guys, were both movies about like older guys like Al Pacino and Alan Arkin and shit like that, like doing one last score. Like you needed 2 of those movies this year?
Yeah.
And Grudge Match, kind of a similar thing. And that one's boxing, but it's like 2 old, like Robert De Niro is like an old man who boxes still or whatever. It's like him and Stallone or something. I can't remember who the other one is in that.
I could see Stallone still boxing, not De Niro.
Let's see. It's Stallone and Robert De Niro. Yeah, you just got to imagine Stallone would just beat the fucking tar out of Robert De Niro. Oh, and here's a couple of comedies that were like paranormal themed. Also strange that this was popular this year. You had A Haunted House, the Wayans brothers movie. R.I.P.D., the one with Jeff Bridges, where he just every movie at this time he was talking like a cowboy because he had done True Grit and won an Oscar for it. So he's like, I guess this is what they like. And then you also had This Is the End and The World's End. both came out this year, which are, despite being pretty similar, both of them are fucking fantastic.
Great movies. They're so good.
Also, you had Hansel and Gretel, Witch Hunters, and Jack the Giant Slayer. So it's like fucking going into these old timey fairy tales and modernizing them and making them about killing the thing or whatever. It's like just no original ideas this year. Horror movies, a couple of them came out, a couple of really good ones actually. The Conjuring, one of the best horror movies in the last 20 years for sure. Mm-hmm. Still one that when I put it on, I go like, ooh, I want to watch The Conjuring. You know, it's like it kind of makes me a little freaked out. There's a couple of scenes in there that still get to me, even though nothing else does. That one is pretty scary.
No, I don't think I've ever seen The Conjuring.
No, it's definitely. I mean, if you like scary movies, it's one to watch. It's probably. I mean, it's not my favorite scary movie, but I would say it's like one of my top 10 scariest I've ever been watching a movie.
Okay.
The Evil Dead remake came out this year. Pretty cool movie. Did you see this one?
That's a great movie. Yeah, we watched it. I think we went to the drive-in and watched it.
It was cool too that they made this one like super scary. That they didn't like, because the Evil Dead movies, the first one I always think is really good and scary. The second one's where they started to make it a little goofy, and then the third one just becomes a comedy, which I know most people like Army of Darkness, but I don't really love that one. So I didn't know what they were going to do with this one. Were they going to try to go the comedy route or go the serious route? So I'm glad that they made it like super fucked up. Your Next came out this year. It's pretty good. And then The Purge, one of the most disappointing horror movies ever. Great idea for a film. Yeah. And then just botched the fuck out of it.
Well, then they went on to like remake pretty much the whole thing. It was like, you guys had this really cool idea and you just made it into one house with one family and two guys. Boring.
Yeah. It was, I mean, I guess they didn't have the money to make something cooler, but it took them like 4 movies.
On fire, though. Come on, man. We could have done something.
It took them like 4 movies to get it right, too. I don't really remember what the order they came out in. I just know that it took them a while to get good. I watched most of these movies because I like the idea of it, and I keep wanting it to be good, but it just doesn't really ever fully land.
But it does get good. I haven't watched them all.
Yeah, 1 or 2 of them is pretty good. I don't remember which ones. There's a couple of them that I do like, but like there are a couple where they actually get out into the city and it starts getting crazy. But a movie that kind of did the same thing, actually, but did a better job of it that came out this year was Metallica Through the Never. I rewatched that the other day.
That's cool.
Have you seen it?
No, I still haven't seen it.
So it's like just a Metallica concert film, more or less, which they put on a fucking awesome show. I mean, those guys are so talented. And then it's intercut with scenes of this guy. It was like something Dehan is his name. He was like in Valerian. He played Goblin in one of the Andrew Garfield Spider-Man movies. He played Harry Osborn. He's like this kid who works. He's like a roadie at the Metallica show, and he has to go like pick up some truck ran out of gas, so he has to like go grab whatever they were delivering. And so he goes out, and then like as he leaves the concert, just the entire city of LA is like going crazy, and people are like just fighting with the cops and killing each other and like lighting each other on fire and flipping over cars and shit. And so it's like the real Purge movie that should have come out this year was just buried in the middle of this Metallica concert film. So I watched it the other night, and I remembered it being really cool. And it's like, oh man, there's just not enough of that Purge stuff. It's more of a concert movie than anything else. There's just like a couple little scenes, interstitials with the crazy side story. And I was like, they should have just done this. This would have been a sick movie. It was pretty cool. I watched a movie called The Host for the first time the other day. It was like a sci-fi movie. It wasn't the greatest. I think it's like a Stephanie Meyer book that she wrote the first one and then expected to do a trilogy of them, and she just didn't keep writing the books because she was like, people didn't like it like they like Twilight, so I guess I'll stop. That's wild to be like, totally just, I was in it for the money. It didn't work out, so those books aren't going to end.
Yeah.
The last 2 I want to mention are 2 movies that from the year were super fun to me because in 2013 I went and saw the premieres of them. Because I've mentioned before that my sister used to get like movie ticket premieres or tickets to movie premieres online. Mm-hmm. So I would go to like the actual like Chinese theater. I saw Walter Mitty, The Secret Life of Walter Mitty. I saw the premiere of that. I think we were actually there to see a different movie, and we came up and they were like, I'm sorry, but that showing is sold out. You can see Walter Mitty instead. And we're like, all right, that's fine. I think it was Her actually that I was going to go see with a director talkback. And then that got filled up. And so I was like, dang it. I was really excited to see that, but sure, we'll go see Walter Mitty. We're already all the way out here in Hollywood. And so then we get in this huge long line, and then they start walking us around, and then they walked us to like the front of the Chinese theater downtown, like through the mall. Like we walked through the back hallways and stuff and just popped out. And then we were on the red carpet. Oh, shit. And like we walked into the theater on the red carpet with like fucking people all around and taking pictures and shit. So yeah, then Ben Stiller comes out Yeah, we were like, is this like the actual premiere? I thought we were just seeing an advanced screening of this. And it was like, no, Ben Stiller came out. Was like, I'm really proud of my movie. Thank you guys so much for coming and blah, blah, blah. It was really neat.
Damn, that is cool.
And then the other one I saw the premiere of was Gangster Squad, which is a very, like, I forget that movie existed. If I hadn't seen the premiere of this, I would totally have forgotten it was a movie. But it had a fucking stacked cast. So this was one of the cooler premieres I got to see because it starred Ryan Gosling and Emma Stone and Sean Penn and just like crazy huge cast in this movie. Let's see who else was in this. I really don't remember it at all. Cool. The only thing I remember was walking out of the theater. I walked right past Ryan Gosling, and he was just standing there, like looking all suave in his cool purple suit. Oh, Josh Brolin, he's the other one who was in this.
Oh, okay.
And so yeah, it was like really cool to see all these celebrities at the thing. And as I walked past Ryan Gosling, I was like, I'm like considerably taller than him. And then I looked it up online, and I was like, he lists his height at like 6'1" or 6'2", and I was like, I'm 6'1", and I'm definitely taller than you. So that's when I learned, actors all lie about their height.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it. That's why I like Tom Cruise.
Now it says 6 feet. It used to. I know for sure when I looked it up, he was listed as taller than me. So I guess maybe now he's come out and come clean and said, no, I'm really only 6 feet tall. Sorry,
he's like, I'm successful enough. I can be 6 feet.
Yeah, I walked past him and he was like, I can't keep lying about this. That guy's clearly taller than me, and I was wearing a shirt that said, I'm 6'1". That's all of the movies I want to mention for 2013. And I think that brings us to the end of the show.
I think so.
One of the things we're charged with, one of our responsibilities, is to both save one artifact from the year we revisit and bring it back to the present day, preserve it for all time. Everything else that ever happened in 2013 will be stricken from the record. No more Gangster Squad if we don't save it. Oh my gosh, please. One of us has to save Gangster Squad. No more PlayStation 4 if we don't save that. Or the Cronut. Are we going to save the Cronut? We have some options here. I know I'm going to save The Birthday Boys. It's one of my favorite TV shows. Mm-hmm. I've gotten so many years of entertainment out of it. I still rewatch it all the time. My wife loves it. We've gone and seen the Sloppy Boys play all over the country at this point because we've seen them in San Diego and Wisconsin, and that they're going to come over here, I think, sometime soon. So we're hoping to see them there too. So,
hell yeah.
Yeah, love that show. But very formative for my comedy stylings too, because I was like in the middle of doing stand-up and stuff at this time. So
mine's hard. I'm torn, but I think I'm gonna do Rick and Morty.
It's a good save.
Yeah, I gotta say Rick and Morty, especially for this year it came out. It was really important to us. You can say that.
Oh, yeah, for sure. This first season was fantastic. I remember wearing a Mr. Meeseeks shirt to Disneyland, and some kid stopped me and was like, hey, nice shirt. And I was like, oh, thanks, bro. Like, gave him a high five and shit, because it was like, my mom was like, what is that? What are you wearing? What is that? I was like, he's the only kid here who knew what that was. But yeah, back then, nowadays, you fucking spit in the air, it's going to land on a Rick and Morty shirt.
Yep.
Well, that's about it for 2013. Man, I'm just thinking back to that time I was walking around Disneyland with that Rick and Morty shirt and how that high five that kid gave me felt so good. And one of my proudest moments of my life. And every time I think about that high five, I remember 2013 and I think to myself, I think you think the same thing, that we wish we were then.